Hey everyone, welcome to the Royce Reports. I'm your host Royce, and this is an Xbox-centric channel, but I do dabble in other gaming news, and I also do some gaming reviews. So if you're interested in any of that, be sure to subscribe down below. And today, we're talking about Sony. So this is an Xbox channel, and we are talking about Sony. So what is it that Sony's doing now? Is it the Activision Blizzard deal that they're trying to stop? No, I'm not going to talk about that right now. We are talking about the fact that Sony feels like they need to remaster a 5-year-old game. There is rumors that Horizon Forbidden West is getting a full-on remaster. So, let's talk about it. All right, so oh man, I don't know what is going on. So if you thought that The Last of Us Part 1 didn't need a remake, well then you are in for a bit of surprise, because we are getting a Horizon Forbidden West remake. Yeah, a 5-year-old game is getting a remake. This is a rumor. It has not been official. There's no official statement yet, but there have been many different there's many different news sites that can collaborate all of this information. And this is coming off the heels of The Last of Us Part 1 receiving a lot of flack for having a remaster of that game, which came out in 2013 on the PlayStation 3, ended up getting a remaster for the PlayStation 4 in 2014, ended up getting a 4K 60 patch for the PS4 Pro, and it has now gotten a full-on remake with the PS5. I have played The Last of Us Part 1 remake. The review is on my channel, so if you're interested, you can go check it out. But just the gist of it, I said, hey, The Last of Us is essentially The Last of Us. It is one of the greatest games ever made, and it continues to be one of the greatest games ever made. And now, with the added benefit of what the PlayStation 5 is capable of, this is the definitive way to play The Last of Us Part 1. Now, with that said, is it worth $70? No, it is not worth $70. I said in my review that if you have never played it, and this is your first time owning a 4K monitor that is capable of 4K 60 with VRR, and you have a PlayStation 5, and you have never played The Last of Us Part 1, then sure, go out and get it. But even if you haven't played it, I still don't think the $70 price tag is worth it. And in fact, if you have played it, it's not even worth $40. It's not even worth $30. It's worth maybe $20, maybe $15 on a sale. That is what it's worth. Not because the game is bad, but because this is the third time the game has come out, and they haven't changed anything. They haven't remade it. They didn't put any new animations in there. They didn't go and put in a new system. They didn't have crawling or diving or anything. It is the same exact thing, but it just looks prettier with accessibility options. And the accessibility options are awesome, but that could just be put in via a patch for free. So I'm getting on a tangent here about The Last of Us. We need to go back to the Horizon news, right? The Horizon Forbidden West, a 5-year-old game. It came out in 2017 on the PlayStation 4, and they did a free 4K 60 update for the PlayStation 4 Pro. They also released a patch for the PlayStation 5 that allows you to play it at a smoother 4K 60. And now they are going and making a full-on remake. This is absurd. So let's see what the article has to say. This article is from Gamatsu. Publisher Sony Interactive Entertainment and developer Guerrilla Games are currently working on a remastered version of Horizon Zero Dawn for PlayStation 5, as well as a Horizon Online multiplayer project for PlayStation 5 and PC, according to a report by MP First. The remastered release will reportedly feature an improved lighting system, overhauled textures, and better animations, as well as new character models to match those found in the sequel, Horizon Forbidden West. The accessibility options, quality of life improvements, and graphics modes of the sequel are also said to be part of the new release. The online multiplayer project is said to feature customization around the various tribes of the Horizon franchise. However, those details were not verified by MP First. BGC has corroborated MP First on both accounts. A document featuring several announced and unannounced Sony Interactive Entertainment projects, including a remastered version of Horizon Zero Dawn for PlayStation 5 and Horizon Online Multiplayer Project for PlayStation 5 and PC, was recently shared with Gematsu. Gematsu was able to independently verify several titles listed in the document with multiple sources familiar with their development, including the Horizon titles. Horizon Zero Dawn first launched on PlayStation 4 on February 28, 2017, followed by PC via Steam and Epic Game Store on August 7, 2020. That is absurd. That is absolutely absurd. And that is something that we as a community of gamers should be not about. We should not be about this at all. We shouldn't be championing this. This should not be something that we should be excited about because of the fact that this game is only 5 years old. It just recently got a PC port on August 7th of 2020. It's only been a year. Well, it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years. 2 years that it's been on PC, and that they feel that it is necessary for them to port it again to the PlayStation 5 and to pretty much just put it on the PlayStation 5 with the same exact upgrades that Horizon Forbidden West has. Horizon Zero Dawn does not need this at all. There is so many other games that Sony owns the rights to that they could go back and do that many fans have been asking for over and over and over. We want another Jak and Daxter. We want a remaster of the original trilogy, or maybe bring over Daxter from PSP and add that to it. Do something with Jak X Racing, something. Like, bring those over. And yeah, you can play them on the PlayStation 4, but that's just porting. We want a full-on remaster. You can do that. I mean, you're doing it with The Last of Us. You're doing it with Demon's Souls. You're doing it with Ghost of Tsushima and Spider-Man and Death Stranding and all these other games. You're doing it for all these other games. And the way you're doing it is by hiding it behind a director's cut, by adding little bits of story and then making it making the graphics better for the PlayStation 5 instead of giving that away for free, because that's what it is. It is a free update. That's all you're doing, but you're putting it behind a paywall. If you went and bought some of these games, the way you have to upgrade your games to the PlayStation 5 version of them is ridiculous. You have to pay money. You are blocking people from upgrading to a PlayStation 5. You are preventing people from playing the game that they want to play on the PlayStation 5 if they already own it on the PlayStation 4 by putting a paywall on there. You are nickel and diming the gamers over and over and over again. And if you wanted the director's cut of Ghost of Tsushima for the PlayStation 5 and you already bought Ghost of Tsushima on PlayStation 4, what do? You pay $10. You pay for a $10 upgrade for it. And if you want the DLC along with it, that's $20. So you pay a total of $30 just so you could get access to the DLC and the PlayStation 5 version of it. And if you didn't have it previously, the game was being sold for $70. Death Stranding, $10 upgrade. But if you didn't have it previously, $70. Spider-Man Miles Morales, that was a $50 game. The game could be completed in 8 hours. 8 hours that game can be completed in. It's not even a full-on game. It's just a side character. It's just a DLC. And they want you to pay $50 for it for the PlayStation 5 version. But if you want the PlayStation 5 version of Spider-Man, that's $70 that you have to pay for on top of the Miles Morales game. Because why? Because they want to nickel and dime you, because they know that people are going to buy it. And so if you want the PS5 version of the Spider-Man game, the 2018 Spider-Man game, you have to spend $70 for the Miles Morales Collector's Edition, Ultimate Edition. And then if you buy the Miles Morales Edition for the PS5 and you spend $50 for it, there's an upgrade path for $20 that you could get later if you decided that later down the line you wanted it. But you're thinking, okay, well, what if I already own Spider-Man 2018? Is there a $10 upgrade path? No, there is not. You have to buy the Miles Morales game and buy the upgrade for Spider-Man. Uncharted Lost Legacy and Uncharted 4, if you want those upgrades, if you own the game, you can get the PlayStation 5 version if you pay $10. Now that one is kind of a special deal because you get Uncharted 4 and you get Lost Legacy, even if you didn't own one or the other. You just have to own one and then you get both in the $10 upgrade. But if you didn't own either, $50. Now that's a good deal according to fucking Sony here. So this is a trend. They are charging $70 for these remasters or remakes or director's cut or whatever you want to call it, but they should be free. You look at what Xbox is doing over on their side, and everything that they have for you for their internal studios is free to you. It is a free upgrade. You have smart delivery, so you don't have to worry about going and figuring out, oh, do I have the PlayStation 4 version? Do I have the PlayStation 5 version? Do I have to spend $20? Do I have to spend $10? How do I upgrade my fucking game? It is there for you. It is all there laid out for you. You just start your Xbox and the best version of the game is already installed for you for free. That's what it does. Now, there are some developers that opt out of this, which Microsoft allows them to. So in order for you to get some of those games, you do have to upgrade or buy the cross-gen version. But for the most part, most developers let you do it for free. Hands off, it recognizes it and will play it for you. Not only that, but the games that Xbox has from the internal studios have given you free upgrades for all their games. You want the Gears series in 4K 60? There you go. You want to play Halo 1 through Reach all at 4K 120 frames per second? Why the fuck not? Here you go for free. You want to play the Fable series at 4K 60? Said and done. There you go. Bam, bam, bam. There you go. No problem. They have no issue with giving you these things for free, but Sony, time and time again, is making you pay. This is crazy. Why is this a thing? And now you're paying for a game that came out 5 years ago that does not need a remaster. You can look at that game today and it looks absolutely stunning. It looks gorgeous. And the reason why they're doing this is because they're lazy, because they're scared, because they have no idea what is going to happen in the future. Because, hey, you know what? We could just use these old IP and just remake them lazily and sell it for full price because people are going to buy them. Sony is like Apple. They have this prestige associated with them. This sense of, oh, I will pay full price for this product no matter what because I'm such a PlayStation shill that I'll go and do this. And that needs to be gone. They need to get rid of this. Sony's not the only one. Nintendo has done this over and over and over again. You see their ports, like the Super Mario port that they did, where they got Super Mario 64, they got Super Mario Sunshine and Super Mario Galaxy, and they ported it over, and it looks like shit. It runs like shit. It's not a good port. And not only that, but they forced you to buy it because they were going to only sell it for a year and then remove it from the store, not allowing you to buy it anymore, just to artificially inflate the prices. This is ridiculous. Why is this happening? Why is this being allowed? Why is no one talking about this? This is not how it should be. Get rid of this whole product, this whole way of doing things, because it is absurd. And the fact is, you need to vote with your money. You need to vote with your wallet. That's the only way that these companies will understand that they can't do this and get away with it. But that's not what's going on. People are going out and buying these games. Sony can do so much more. Like I was saying earlier, you have Jak and Daxter, you have Sly Cooper, you have God of War, you have the original Uncharted series. And I know that they already ported it to the PlayStation 4 with Bluepoint, but you could make it look like what Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy look like. Why the fuck not? Might as well, especially since it's not on PC, and you could reinvigorate the Uncharted franchise. What about games like Killzone or SOCOM? What about Resistance, Fall of Man, or Infamous? Why aren't you bringing these back? Why is it okay to bring back Horizon Forbidden West? Next thing you know, you're going to be playing God of War Ragnarok Remaster before God of War Ragnarok even comes out, with how they're going about this. This is not ideal. This is crazy. This is just a company that is so involved with wanting to just be constantly in your wallet that it's not taking into consideration what it could potentially do and where it can potentially take its franchises. People have been begging for a Bloodborne remake or a remaster or a up-res. That game is stuck on the PS4 at 30 frames per second. Why aren't you touching it? Why aren't you remastering it? People have been asking for this over and over and over again, and yet there's just crickets. But next thing you know, we're going to be getting a Days Gone remaster because that didn't sell well. Well, might as well remaster it for the PlayStation 5, even though there's already a PlayStation 5 free upgrade for it. You might as well remaster it and send it to us, because that's what you're doing. This is a terrible practice, and I hate it. And we have to stop this. This is not gonna go away if we just continue to accept what they're doing. And yet, over here at Microsoft, I'm begging for a fucking Fable remaster or a Marcus Phoenix collection for the Gears of War franchise, or maybe do Halo 3, do the Halo 3 anniversary like you did Halo 2, or maybe give us some Fallout remaster. That would be really cool. Huh?
Look how they massacred my boy.
God damn. I'm ranting. I'm so pissed. This is not cool. This isn't good news. And I get it, right? Like the reason why they're doing this, I think, is they're trying to reinvigorate the franchise, and because of the movies and the TV shows that they're investing in, they're doing this in order to get people to play those games, to jump back into the Horizon game and experience that, and kind of use the popularity of the show to their advantage, which is smart. That is a smart move. I'm not going to knock them for that. But this is also tiring. I haven't even played Horizon Forbidden West. I haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn. So you're going to remaster Horizon Zero Dawn. And I know that throughout this video, I've probably been mixing up the names because they're just they're so easy for me to mess up for some reason. But Horizon Zero Dawn, I've only played the prologue, and I enjoyed what I played, but I kind of got pulled away at the moment. But I do want to go back, and I do want to play these games. But now it's like, okay, well, should I just wait until they come out with the PlayStation 5 version? Or should I just go out and play the PlayStation 4 version at 4K 60 and it still looks brand new? They're just using this to shore up their IP for the incoming movie and TV show deals that they have in place, right? They have a Ghost of Tsushima movie in the works. They just finished with the Uncharted movie. And what came out shortly before the Uncharted movie? Uncharted 4 and the Lost Legacy collection. Go figure. You have the Last of Us show coming out soon. What did they come out with? The Last of Us Part 1 remake. Go figure. You know, they also have the games as a service for The Last of Us with factions coming out, and they also have this Horizon Forbidden West multiplayer games as a service that's also coming out. So they're trying to just shore up their IP to ensure that people can play it and spend their money. And I get it. But this is overkill. This is absurd. They shouldn't be doing a Horizon remake because there's so much more out there for them to do. Sony, come on. Come on. And it sounds like I'm just being an Xbox fanboy, but this is true. This is something that you shouldn't be excited for. This is the gaming of, this is what it's like to be a gamer in 2022, where you play the same 5 games over and over and over again. Like, they have these wonderful remasters and remakes that they've done before, like with Shadow of Colossus. And even though I just mentioned Demon's Souls earlier, that is still a great remake. It was a necessary remake, and the difference is night and day. But these games, Uncharted 4 doesn't need it. Horizon doesn't need it. Ghost of Tsushima doesn't need it. Death Stranding doesn't need it. Spider-Man Miles Morales and Spider-Man doesn't need it. The Last of Us doesn't need it. There's a trend going on here, Sony. These games don't need these things. So stop doing them. I'm telling you, I don't want a Days Gone remake. I don't want a fucking Sackboy remake. Like, come on. do better. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Yeah. So that's Sony. So yeah. Sony doing Sony shit again, not being very consumer friendly and doing the most asinine things that you could possibly think of. It's so weird to see a company fall from grace. You have this company that did so well during the PlayStation 4 generation, and I think that's getting to their head a little bit, and they have an inflated ego, and now they think that their shit doesn't stink, and so whatever they do is pure gold. And it's not. It's not. And the fact that Microsoft is hitting really hard this generation is kind of hopefully going to slap them awake and make them realize that you can't be doing this stupid shit, especially when your competition is not doing that and handing it out for free. So hopefully this changes soon. I really have no hopes for it. It's Sony, after all. They're very hard-headed. So, but with that, yeah, that's the news for today. What do you think? Maybe I'm just overreacting. Maybe I'm just heated. It was a hot day today. You know how the heat gets to me. Okay, I'm going fucking crazy.
Here's Johnny.
Maybe, I don't know, or maybe it's just maybe I'm not going crazy. Maybe I'm stating the truth for all of you out there listening. But what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. I appreciate you stopping by and appreciate you listening, and I enjoy making these videos, and I enjoy the comments that I've been getting recently. It's really awesome seeing that. So thank you for stopping by, and I will be seeing you on the next one. Remember, take it easy.